Hi there, this is Sam of Core Yoga, and in today's Foundation Flow we're going to build on the work that we've been doing for the last 3 weeks. We've been working at finding a particular focus physically in the body and how we can become really attentive of that space to create a transition in sensations up or down the chain. Today we're going to move from, we started with the feet, we worked through inner thighs, then we worked into the pelvis. And now we're going to work through what I like to call posterior core. So essentially the muscles that kind of come from the hamstrings, the glutes, up the back of the spine to the back of the shoulders, right up to the nape of the neck. We're working at strengthening the muscles there and providing length in the muscles in the front of the body. Predominantly at the moment, I suspect we're spending more time seated, more time over devices or laptops in chairs and tables that aren't really set up for us to do that. So as a result, we get pretty tight and congested in the front body, pretty long and weak in the back body. So today's class is all about finding strength and activation there to create a little bit of length for you here. We're going to start in child's pose, so if you want to come to your mat, take your knees about shoulder distance apart and then allow your head to settle in between your knees. So whenever you're ready, come to your mat and find yourself into a nice extended arm child's pose. And just take a few moments to allow the body to arrive and the breath to settle and the mind to slow down a little. And so in that order, first of all, tune into that physical body. Notice how the body is feeling today. Notice the parts of the body that may be feeling a little sore or tight or congested, acknowledging those spaces. And being mindful of those spaces as we travel through the practice, so as not to overdo it in any particular area, particularly in areas that are already feeling a little strain. And then tune your attention to your breath. And notice what feels good about this breath, this breathing, these sensations right now. So did you subconsciously start to deepen your breath when I mentioned the word breath? The simplest of instructions can very often have a very deep knock-on effect to our state of breathing. Perhaps something to come back to throughout the days and the weeks. Noticing at particular times in the day, am I breathing deeply? For sure you'll be breathing, but how much quality is there in that breath? So feel how good it feels now to breathe deeply. And then noticing the direct response of the mind when you start to concentrate on that breath. The chatter doesn't go, but it for sure softens. Our focus becomes more present. So setting the intention to be present within the next 30 to 40 minutes of the practice. From here, you're going to inhale as you reach your hands forward, press your hands into the floor, and feel that sense of stretch across the front of the chest. Allow the back of the neck for now to be soft,
We're just creating some length in a chain that we're about to start to fire up. As you exhale your next breath, come to all fours, hands underneath shoulders and then knees underneath the hips. Keep the eyes closed. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, come into a cow pose, gaze towards the sky. And then exhale, push the floor away from you, tuck your chin. So just a few rounds of cat-cow, allowing the body to move. Noticing the physical sensations as you move from one pose into the next pose. And then observing how you can use your breath to create a sense of rhythm, pace, and control. And notice that your mind is attentive on your physical body and on your breath in the space within the four corners of the mat. So next time you inhale, you're going to come to what we'll call a neutral spine. So from here, finding that space where essentially the back of the pelvis is parallel with the floor. So we found this space last week lying on our back. And then from here, feel the muscles between the hip points and the pubic bone and the belly button. And let those muscles hang out and notice what happens at your pelvis. So we worked on this last week, we were really attentive to these muscles. So draw those muscles in, allow that pelvis to come back to neutral so you can feel, oh yeah, I didn't think I was, but actually I am. And then from here, press both hands into the floor nice and evenly and extend your right leg away from you. Keep the belly nice and engaged. Squeeze the right butt cheek and lift the right leg. So you'll notice that my right leg is not coming super high. I'm only lifting it as high as my body will allow me without moving my pelvis. And then from here, as you exhale, you're going to bring your right heel with your foot flexed towards your bum. So inhale, extend it back. And exhale, feel that activation of hamstrings and of glutes. Muscles in the posterior chain that help us to create this strong circumference all around our torso to allow us to sustain good posture, whether we're sitting at a desk or whether we're running through the park. Next time you exhale, bring that right knee to the floor. And then from here, tuck under your toes, push up your hips. Come to your first downward facing dog. Just take a moment, bend alternate knees in your down dog, drawing your heels to the floor, just getting some movement here. Lovely. Then come to stillness and down dog. Bring the knees back to the floor. Find that nice active belly. And then maybe separate the hands just a little bit for this movement. So what we're going to do is we're going to do shoulder shrugs. Feeling the muscles now between the shoulder blades. So as you inhale, you're dropping your chest towards the floor. Rather than arching the back, you're just pulling the front of the chest towards the mat and squeezing your shoulder blades together. I'll show you in a minute what it looks like without being on the floor. And then as you exhale, you're pushing the floor away from you and you're separating your shoulder blades. So now the front of your chest is lifting away from the floor. So practice that a few times. You're going to inhale to drop the chest towards the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades. And then exhale to push the shoulder blades apart. So I'm just going to show you now, if I can, from behind, so that if you don't know what I mean, you know what to look for. So as you inhale, you're letting the chest drop through and you're drawing the shoulder blades towards one another. And as you exhale, you're pushing the floor away from you and you're separating those shoulder blades. Now, depending on how restricted these shoulder blades are, will depend on how much movement you have in them. Also, the movement available to you will depend on how big your shoulder blades are and what happens when they crash into each other. They will stop. So from here, make the next one your last one, and tuck under the toes, lift your hips, come back to downward facing dog. This time be still in the legs and feel the hands in contact with the floor. And then push the floor away from you and feel that same separation of those shoulder blades that you did when you were on all fours. And feel how that feels in your shoulders in downward facing dog. And then let it go. And then re-engage. So a little bit like you're doing shoulder shrugs, but actually you don't go to the full range. You let it go, you feel how that is hanging out in the shoulders, and then you engage that and you feel, oh, that has a massive effect on how my downward facing dog looks and how my downward facing dog feels. Then come back to all fours. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath chest. Nice neutral pelvis. Let the belly go. Feel what happens. Re-engage the belly. Extend the left leg behind you. Keep all of this nice and stable. Squeeze the left butt cheek and lift the left foot a little off the floor. And then from there, holding that, feeling that butt working, and then integrating hamstring as we bend our leg. So nothing's moving in my pelvis, and you'll notice my left leg's not super high. My left foot is flexed, and I'm exhaling to draw the knee in, to bend the knee, draw the heel in, and I'm inhaling it to extend it. So I'm contracting on the exhalation, and I'm lengthening on the inhalation. Good, you've got 2 more of these. Nice. Strengthening those muscles in the back of the hips. Lovely. And then bring that leg, that knee back to the floor. From here, tuck under your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Bend alternate knees once again, maybe give a little movement to the hips. Good. And then last set, come back down to your all fours. This time tops of the feet on the floor, feeling that lower belly, feeling that separation of those shoulders from the shoulder shrugs, and then raising the knees a centimetre off the floor. And then holding it here. I'm feeling, actually I'm working the muscles in the front of my core, in my inner thighs, but really I'm also finding that sensation in the back of the shoulders. Then lift up the hips. Downward facing dog. Walk the feet towards the hands. Allow the head to hang heavy, the arms to relax. A little sway from side to side. So we're going to become attentive of the back of the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings, and of the back of the shoulders as we work through the next few sequences, including when we're working through our sun salutations. Inhale, press your hands into the shins and halfway to lift. And exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky and look up. And exhale, palms together in heart space. So we're going to do 2 half salutations, 1 lunge salutation. Just straight off, just focusing on breath and movement. And then I'm going to start to bring your attention to the muscles that we've talked about. From here, press into the feet. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky and look up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold forwards, head heavy. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky, look up. Exhale, soften the knees, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up, lift up, look up.
Exhale, palms together in the heart space. Lunge salutation, Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale, make that breath qualitative. Inhale, draw it wide into the ribs. Exhale, right leg back, right knee to the floor. Inhale, Anjaneyasana lunge. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, travel forward to plank. Exhale, back to down dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, bring the knees to the floor. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, hands down, left foot to join the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands up, look up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, left foot back, left knee to the floor. Inhale into your low lunge. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. This time through a vinyasa. Inhale, shoulders forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, your thighs, your belly. We're just doing Bhujangasana, baby. Inhale. Exhale, push the floor away from you. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the knees to the floor. Help it if it needs it. Left foot steps forward, exhale. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky, look up. Exhale, hands down, right leg to join the left. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, lift up, look up. Exhale, palms together in the heart. Inhale, bring your hands by your side, your palms facing the floor. Reach the fingertips down and the crown of the head lifts. Then as you exhale, push your hands behind you, turn your thumbs a little and feel the muscles in the back of the shoulders. So feeling that sense of activation in those muscles right now, take a breath in, keep the hands where they are. As you exhale, fold forwards, keep the hands where they are. Inhale, come to your halfway lift. Reaching the fingertips back, lifting the thumbs a little higher to the sky. Feel the chin and tuck it a little towards your chest. And then lift the back of the skull a little bit up towards the sky. Now we're working through the muscles in the back of the chain, right up to the nape of the neck. Keep all of that. Just release the hands to underneath your knees. Feel that sensation in the muscles there. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel it. Draw the back of the skull up. Exhale, let it go. One more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Find those muscles. Exhale, hands down, right leg steps back, right knee to the floor. This time again, palms facing forward. Inhale, open through the chest. Find that same sensation in the back of the shoulders. Stay here as you exhale. Feel that sensation, one more breath here. And then as you exhale, turn the palms to face one another. Imagine you're squeezing a beach ball with those hands. Now feel how that has changed in the back of the shoulders. Nice, keep that. And then release it, exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, travel forwards to a high plank. Exhale, lower knees, thighs and belly down to the floor. And then feel that same sensation in the back of the shoulders and the back of the neck. As you inhale your way into baby cobra, hold it there.
And then raise the hands off the floor. Feel those muscles down the back of the spine, the back of the shoulders. Allow the glutes and the hamstrings to work a little too. And then exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, look to your right thumb. Exhale, step the right foot forward, drop the left knee. Palms face forward, thumbs the outside. Inhale into that space. So this is essentially locust arms. Locust arms to feel the sensation in the back of the shoulders in the simplest of lunges. Take one more breath here. And then turn the palms to face one another. And imagine you're squeezing that beach ball between your hands. See and feel the sensations here. And then exhale, release it, hands down, step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands up and look up. And exhale, soften the knees and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, hands down, left foot back, left knee stays lifted. Inhale, locust arms into your high lunge. Take a moment, stabilize the lower body. Find those inner thighs, find the feet, find the muscles around the pelvis that we've worked in previous weeks. Then imagine you're holding that beach ball once again. Give it a squeeze. Nice. Now feel the difference now. So now keep the palms where they are, but imagine you've got an elastic band around your wrists. And then pull those elastic bands away. Sorry, pull those wrists into the elastic bands. So you're pushing the resistance the other way. Same concentration at the back of the shoulders, different muscles. As you exhale, let it go. Step the right foot back, high plank. Take a breath in your high plank. Exhale, knees, thighs and belly down to the floor. Inhale into your baby cobra. So holding a baby cobra this time, reach the hands behind you, palms facing down. Now you've moved from baby cobra into half of locust. Then feel the bum, feel the hamstrings, keep the pelvis where it is and raise the feet, the legs off the mat, full locust. Take a breath in, exhale, release it, downward facing dog. Inhale a breath here and exhale. Inhale, look to your left thumb. Exhale, step the left foot forward, keep the right knee lifted. Inhale with locust arms, high lunge, take a moment, find that lunge. Feet, inner thighs, pelvis. Then make sure these shoulders are feeling this sensation. Grab your beach ball, squeeze it tight. Notice how that might then change the position of your pelvis. It might then change the sensation through the front of the hips. And then feeling the back of the skull is pulling back. Imagine now you've got an elastic band around those wrists and you're pulling the resistance in the opposite direction. Hold that. As you exhale, let it go. Set the right foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky and look up. Exhale, palms in the heart space. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway you lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, this time step both legs back to a high plank. Take one inhalation breath in your high plank. Then exhale, knees, thighs and belly down to the floor. This time we go straight into locust. Inhale, feeling the muscles in the whole of the back chain. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the center of your mat. And exhale, step the right foot forward, drop the back foot parallel. Inhale your way into warrior two. Exhale, hold it here. Then inhale, just simply flip the palms and feel the changes that makes in your shoulders. Exhale, bring the palms back, notice what happens. Flip the palms, feel it, bring them back, notice. Flip the palms, bring them back. This time, flip the palms, feel it, keep it. Nice. And then turn the hands without bringing the shoulders back forward. Feel that. And then inhale, reverse the warrior, let it go, give those shoulders a moment's rest. Exhale, hold it here. Inhale, back to warrior two. This time, like we're going to do massive pull-ups, pulling our body up. We're going to inhale, lift the hands to the sky, palms face the front, create fists. Imagine you're holding onto a pull-up bar now, and as you exhale, you're pulling yourself up, but actually your elbows are drawing out to the sides, and you're feeling that sensation in the back of the shoulders. Inhale, release it. Exhale, feel that activation in the muscles in the back of the shoulders. And inhale, let it go. One more like that, exhale. And inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, windmill the hands. Step the right foot back, high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. One breath. Inhale, locust. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the center of your mat. And exhale, step the left foot forward, ground the right foot, find your way into warrior two. So the gaze is to the front hands. Inhale, flip the hands and feel that in your shoulders. Exhale, return and feel that. Flip, return. Flip, return. So interestingly, we're feeling this sense of inward and outward movement in the shoulders. This time, flip your palms, feel that, keep it, just bring the hands back. Hold it here. Feel that sensation in shoulders. And then inhale, reverse the warrior, let it go. Exhale, hold it here. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reach the hands up, flip the palms, make fists. Good, so you're taking an exhalation breath as you bring those elbows out to the side like you're doing a big pull-up. Inhale, releasing. Exhale, drawing those elbows down, feeling the shoulders. Inhale to release. Exhale, last one, feel that sense of engagement of upper body. Inhale, release. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rotate the hands. Step the right foot forward and fold. Then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands up, look up. Exhale, palms together in the heart space. So feeling these muscles we've worked so far. Left foot presses down and right knee lifts to about 45 degrees. Bring the right hand to the lower back and bring the left hand to the outside edge of the right thigh. Take a breath in, feel that length. And as you exhale, just a nice twist to the right. So keeping that pelvis nicely aligned, feeling that rotation core, and then noticing the right shoulder here drawing towards the left. Take a breath in, and then exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky and step back into your crescent lunge. Exhale, press the left foot into the floor and return to a knee-high lift with locust arms. So you're inhaling, stepping back into crescent lunge, and you're exhaling to return with locust arms. Inhale with control, and exhale with control. Nice. This time, inhale back to crescent lunge. Here we stay. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor in front of your left foot. Feel free to elevate the floor with a couple of books or blocks or whatever you might have accessible to you. And then from here, draw the chest forward a little bit. Press the left foot into the floor, engage the right glute and lift the right leg, just like you did on all fours. Feel that sensation, flex the right foot. And then from there, as you inhale, push the floor away from you with your left leg and find locust arms. Good. This is your variation of warrior 3. Feel it in your body, take a breath in. Exhale, stay here. Then inhale, draw the knee back to 45 degrees, don't fall over. And exhale, bring that right foot back to the floor. Inhale, reach the hands up, lift up, look up. Exhale, fold forwards, just half salutation here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, lift up, look up. And exhale, palms in the heart space. So again, feeling those muscles that we've worked so far today. Allowing them to stabilize you and keep you in good posture. Inhale, raise the left knee to about 45 degrees. Bring the left hand to the lower belly, the right hand palm facing out to the outer edge of this left foot. Then press the right foot down, and as you exhale, take a rotation to the left. It doesn't matter how far you rotate. Nice. Feeling that stability from the glutes, up the back of the body. And then inhale, come back to the center, and exhale, stabilize. As you inhale, you're going to take your arms to the sky, the left leg steps back into a crescent lunge. And as you exhale, you're coming back to that standing balance, but with locust arms. So you're inhaling to extend back to lift up. And you're exhaling to travel into this variation. Inhaling, sending that leg back. And exhaling, squeezing and opening that chest with those shoulders. Inhale, this time we stay here. Exhale, hands to the floor in front of your right foot. So just allow the weight to travel forward a little bit. So basically this leg is taking the load. And remembering how we lifted our back leg in the beginning of the class, in the all fours, we're going to do it in the same way. So squeeze the left glute and lift the foot off the floor. Keep that foot flexed. Notice now we can take some more load into this leg. As we inhale, we're going to press into the right foot, so you push the floor away from you, and then you fly your arms into your locust arms. And you feel the muscles in the whole of the back of the chain working here. And you stabilize with your breath. Then if you wobble, and if you fall, it does not matter. Then as you inhale, all the way back to your standing, exhale, left foot to the floor. Half salute, inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, soften the knees and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, lift up, look up. And exhale, palms together in the heart. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees so that the hips come to the bum, and then come all the way down to seated. Shimmy your bum back, and extend your legs forward. Roll up the mat if you need your hips a little bit elevated. I'm going to keep a little soft bend in behind my knees. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, fold forwards. So reach whatever part of your limbs you can reach and make a connection. And now we're allowing the body an opportunity to stretch out those muscles We've just been working so hard. Breathe into the back of the shoulders. And breathe into the back of the ribs. And inhale, come all the way up. Bend your right knee, drop your right knee out to the side, Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forwards over your left. So just grab whatever part of the limb works for you. And then again, feel that sense of breath and draw it into your back body. Allowing your breath to aid some space, to create some stretch in the muscles you've just really trained. And then inhale, come all the way up. Bring this right knee up, extend the right leg out. Left leg up, left knee out. Janu Shirshasana on the other side. Inhale to lift. Exhale, come forward. Take whatever part of your limb you get to. It doesn't mean just because I've got my hand around my foot, you need to have your hand around your foot. You can have your hand either side of your calf. You could have the hand either side of just around the knee. You're just going to where your body goes to today. And then inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands behind you. Bend both knees. Shimmy your bum forward. Bring your back to the floor. So your feet are by your hips. Press into the feet. Lift your hips and take them to the left of the mat, about 3 or 4 inches. Then hug the knees in towards the center of your chest, so to the right shoulder. And then drop them over to the right. Open your left arm out to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Allow the body to soften and settle now in this twist. Releasing and letting go after a strong practice. After we've spent this time we've had together attentive of our physical body, of our breath, and with our mind focused on body and breath. Letting go of the chatter of the mind that distracts us. Just letting it stay away from the four corners of the mat for now. And then draw the knees back to the center, bring the feet to the floor. So now you just want to bring yourself back to what feels like straight. And then take the hips about 3 or 4 inches to the right. Draw the knees in towards your left shoulder. Drop the knees to the left. Open your right arm out. Look over your right shoulder. And then allow the body to settle there also. And then slowly draw the knees back to the center. Hug the knees in towards your chest and just take a little rock from side to side. Allow the mat to massage into the glutes. Nice. And do that for as long as you like. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to transition into Shavasana. So bring the feet to the floor and extend the legs out in front of you, knowing that you can take your legs bent if that feels better in your body.
And take a nice deep breath into the body. And as you exhale, let it go with a sigh out your mouth. Inhale deep into the body. Exhale, sigh it out. And then slowly bring movement back to your fingers and your toes and your wrists and your ankles. Walk those knees in towards your chest and give yourself a lovely hug. Again, a little massage to those glute muscles at the back of your hips. And then when you're ready, rocking all the way onto one side and finding your way up to a comfortable seated place. Allow the palms to rest down on your thighs. Allow the breath to be deep. Allow the mind just to be focused for one last moment on full body and on breath. Bring the palms together in the heart space. Namaste.